It's like the same thing, but they just call it something different. My game is lagging. Plunge damage, plunge damage. I love a good gimmick. Her hand turns into a vacuum. That's the Roomba. That's really cool. I really like INEFFA. I gotta say, of all the Hoyo games, I think Genshin might verify its files post-update the fastest. Maybe it's just this one time. I don't know. Hello, friends and gamers. I am very sleepy today, and you know what the best thing to do when you're sleepy is? That's sarcasm. We have a patch video. I have not logged into Genshin since I think the last patch video. I'm not even gonna lie. This is like the third patch in a row where I'm like, yep, we're gonna do it, and hopefully this will be the one where we actually do the thing and play Genshin. I don't know. Jury's out. We did receive an invitation to the holiday resort though. Sunspray Summer Resort. We're not gonna do that right now because I have other things to do first. Fonta Passionate. To celebrate the success of the tournament, we have prepared a genius invocation. Okay. Anyways, it's 5.8. We are finally getting into 5.8. We are technically in Natlan, so we're gonna take a look at everything. We probably should go down the list of things. Recommended quests. It does want you to finish Act 5 of Chapter 5. That is the end of Natlan. But we probably won't do it before doing the summer event just because I would like to do the summer event while it is on in the next 16 days from when I'm recording this. But as you can see, there's a lot of stuff here. The Journey Home is a extra event. The newest Archon quest. This is Song of the Welcome Moon So there is a prelude for Song of the Welcome Moon that we will not be doing during this patch. This I'm going to get caught up with Natlan first. And quite frankly, I kind of feel like doing that tonight. We might do that tonight. I don't know. I always say I'm going to do that, and then I do the patch video, and then I'm pooped when we are done with the patch video because it's a lot of talking, and then I don't. So we'll see. An easy breezy Natlan and an easy breezy summer. This is the exploration award for the new area. I believe it is permanently available, and the time remaining on this is 80 days, so it has to be permanently available. There's rewards for this right here. We have our test runs, which we'll do in a second. Then we have, oh, they added the Natlan stuff to the rhythm game event. That's quite fun. This I probably will try to do before the end of the patch is up, I would say, because this is like an easy one. Paralogism. And then the Archon Quest, Magic Theater, and other endgame things I haven't done. Okay, so that's currently where we're at for the patch. I think we're kind of low on events this patch, so I don't think there's a ton of stuff. We'll go to the version highlights real quick. This always lags out my PC, so fingers crossed, guys. So we have our new character, INEFFA, Electro support. I knew she was a support. We actually are going to go through this because I didn't get a good look at her kit because they stopped doing, what is it called? They stopped doing Collected Miscellany. I still can't say it, but they stopped doing it. So INEFFA is an Electro support character who provides protective shields for her teammates, deals continuous off-field damage, and allows party members to trigger lunar charged reactions. When INEFFA uses her elemental skill, she creates a shield and summons Brigida. Interesting. That's the name of the robot. To continuously attack enemies. When INEFFA is in the party, when a party member triggers an electro-charged reaction, it will be converted into the lunar-charged reaction, and a thundercloud will be created, dealing continuous electro damage. Okay, so damage over time, first of all. She doesn't have a vision. It's just question marks as well. Interesting. So she's an electro support. Okay. We have her talents. We should probably go through all of these. We'll probably come back and forth quite a bit because now we've started getting into INEFFA's kit. Because usually I would do it. I'd go through the kit in the Collected Miscellany video, and then they post the kit details on HoYoLab. They didn't do either of those, so we are just gonna have to go through that here. But her normal attack is called Cyclonic Duster. Performs up to 4 consecutive. Oh wait, they put this in the trials, didn't they? Okay, so I don't have to go through this right now, but she's a support character. We have a little bit about her story, some voiceover stuff, and then the hearsay. So that's INEFFA. We'll get to her in a second. We also have her weapon. My box is kind of covering it. Hold on, right? Like, okay. So we have her Fractured Halo. That's a really cool name, actually. Crit damage polearm. Okay. And then we also have the event weapon, Flame Forged Insight. This is a Claymore, I believe. Interesting, because this is specifically... The Claymore specifically brings up Lunar Charged, which I think in the reactions for INEFFA, I was like, oh, we got Wi-Fi somewhere. What's powering this robot? But maybe it's the moon. You know, that would wrap into Song of the Welcome Moon like really well, actually. So I'm assuming Lunar Charged is going to be kind of like a new reaction we have with the Node Cry area, but it really is just another name for Electro. It's like the same thing, but they just call it something different. But it probably works the same. Outfits then, we do have outfits this patch. We have Yelan's Tranquil Banquet and Bennett's Adventures in Blazing Hue. We might buy Yelan's outfit, we might not. I'm not really sure yet because my Yelan isn't built, so we might just wait. Like I might make myself do a build video for her, possibly 2 build videos if it comes to that, before buying the outfit. And that might be the rule I set with myself, so I don't just buy the outfit willy-nilly, because I've bought a lot of stuff. HoYoVerse has gotten a lot of my money recently, and I don't we need to start cutting things off. Event wise then, it only has does it have only our 2 now? Because here's the whole summer event, I think. Yeah. Event preview, there we go. So yeah, this part of the patch with INEFFA's banner will go until August 19th. And our 4 stars are Sethos, Xingqiu, and Fischl. That is an insane lineup, by the way. Like, Fischl and Xingqiu to this day are like pretty good supports in game. I personally love Fischl. I built my Fischl up, and I've heard pretty good things about Sethos recently. I think he's actually a pretty good free-to-play 4-star DPS. Don't quote me on that, but I've heard whisperings about that. But we also have the rerun for Citlali. I know more people have been pulling for Citlali over INEFFA, and I did talk about this in the reactions to INEFFA's marketing video stuff, that usually the last 5-star we get before a new nation, first of all, is a support character in some type of way, and second of all, is kind of like falling by the wayside when it comes to like not character interaction, but like player, it's also not player interaction. I don't know what I was trying to say. I guess player interest. The last 5-star before a new nation always gets that, and then they end up being a pretty good support later on. Like, I think that happened with Emily. I remember it happening with Kazuha when he first released. So I don't know yet if I recommend not pulling or like saving and skipping INEFFA, but we'll see. We need to try out her kit first, because more people have definitely been pulling for Citlali, because I think something similar happened a little bit during her original banner, where she's also kind of like a support cryo shielder situation, and I think quite a few people skipped her as well. I don't remember if I did any pulls on her banner. Then we have our weapon banner. Yelan's outfit will be on sale, so you'll get a discount until September 8th. That is most likely the end of the patch. So it'll be 1,350 Genesis crystals right now, and then after the end of this patch, it goes up to 1,680, so it's a little bit of a discount. Our summer resort event goes until August 18th, so it ends the day before the patch. This half of the patch ends. It's basically, you can do this the duration of the banner for Citlali and INEFFA, but it ends a little bit before that, like a couple hours. Stygian Onslaught. I heard about this. Isn't this is the annoying, isn't this an endgame mode? Isn't this supposed to be endgame? I thought this was supposed to be endgame. Maybe not. But this goes from August 6th, so it is not available yet, but at the time of recording this video, possibly by the time this video is out, it might be, and will end on September 9th. But this specific disturbance outbreak goes until August 16th. I'm not entirely sure about all that, but we'll see. We also have Tracing Vanishing Trails, Hunt Down the Crime Syndicate. That starts August 14th, so that will actually be ongoing for part of this patch. I also think I'm covering some of this stuff. Hold on, my model's gonna be glitched out because I don't want to move it. Anyways, limited time Archon Quest rewards. See, I didn't know we were getting an Archon Quest update. You can get the limited rewards for the duration of this patch until September 9th. Song of the Welcome Moon Prelude. I didn't know we were getting a prelude to Welcome Moon. That's insane. See, this is what happens when you don't watch the special program and just watch the trailers and stuff. Yeah, here's the limited time exploration quest for the Holiday Resort. I believe that is a new map area, so it's like permanent content. We're not going to go there today because I do want to do that in its own videos. But yeah, it is permanent, technically. Repertoire of Myriad Melodies. You get 60 Primo Gems for doing the new rhythm game stuff. We might do a little bit of that. We might. And then we're down to Genius Invocation stuff and shop stuff. So that is about it. One-click time skip for quests and character oh, this was a dev discussion from July 16th. So it's a little bit late now, but this is kind of what I was, the demo videos. So starting in version 5.8, our quality of life update is that you can simply click to navigate quest objective to automatically jump to the required quest time. I feel like that is really helpful. That's a pretty good one. And then, oh, audio settings shortcut. Oh, that's wonderful. This is another quality of life. So you'll be able to access audio settings during quest dialogue, so you can adjust the volume anytime. I need that in all the HoYoVerse games, I think. As somebody who records video, sometimes it's like, oh wait, that's too quiet. Oh wait, that's too loud. What's happening? I constantly am having to change it. I'm like looking at their settings though, and I'm like, what are you? Because the dialogue is always super quiet. So I would have dialogue at 6, not 3. Like This is insane volume balancing here, I have to say. It's like, do you have the dialogue muted? What's this world exploration one? Local specialty spotters? In the new version, the material tracking interface will display character icons for those who can detect the local specialties in the region. Go check and see which companion can lend a hand. That might be the most mid of the quality of life updates. After 5.8, when a fully leveled 5-star artifact has a highlighted main affix and a certain number of highlighted minor affixes, it will be marked with a special icon in the menu. Funnily enough, they're using Emily. Here we go. Test run and character talents, combat talent demos added for new characters. So I guess now they're just putting video demos in here so you can see it in the trial. Interesting, because we don't have the videos out of game anymore. So then we have the Holiday Resort travel guide. So we have our new area there. There she is. Oh, that guy gets stuck in there. So we will take a look at that. It's going to take a while for me to get there, but we'll get there. And then what's other? Oh, is there more world stuff? Where the wind dies and legends fall. Ha ha ha. I see what you're doing there. The wind dying thing is actually, I believe, a reference to earlier lore in Genshin, actually. And is this a boss? I don't know. We're not going to get to that today. But system stuff is just here. Okay, cool. Or other was what we need. Oh, it's just the summer resort. Okay, cool. We went through everything. So we can do character trials now. I don't think we're going to try the new Natlin rhythm gaming stages. We'll probably do that. I might try to do like a final patch speedrun thing, like, because I've done that with other games and it works out pretty well, because I think this is 38 days. I'm just going to put it in my schedule. I am recording this on August 1st, by the way, just so we're all on the same page. So this is I think the duration of the patch, because it's over a month. All right, really quickly, we're going to do Citlali's trial then. We're not going to really get into it because I have gone over her kit before. Oh my God, earlier, I forgot that we had to do the Natlin trial. So we'll talk while we do this. Earlier, I was recording a video and had to immediately stop because I got really bad hiccups to the point where I like couldn't breathe, right? And they have come back. I thought I got rid of them. They have come back with a vengeance. So if the large section, hold on. I wasn't paying attention to how to make this work. There we go. I missed some though. Oh, hello. My game is lagging. There we go. Come on, Citlali. You got this. Well, we're gonna climb this, I guess. See, all the Natlin, like the Natlin gimmick was that each character has like a thing, you know? I don't know if I absolutely love Citlali's alternate navigation, because that's the whole thing with the Natlin characters. They have a different way to navigate, and I don't love Citlali's, I will say that. So we now have to do this. I'm just gonna drop everything, quite frankly. I don't want to deal. Hit it, Gaming! Plunge damage, plunge damage! Do we finish here? Are we done? Nope, you're over there. Oh, come on. You literally escaped from my AoE. What the heck? Nope. New opponents. Gaming is such a fun character to play when he's not dying. He's so fun to play when he's not dying. It's okay. I dropped down Sayu's thing. We should be fine. Hey, you can do plunge damage. I can do plunge damage too. Fight me, but not really. Oh, we're back. All right. Hopefully they don't escape my AoEs this time. I'm literally just rotations, baby, rotations. I feel like they could have given Citlali a better team, like, for this, but also they want to use, like, 4 stars here. Anyways, that was Citlali. Now we actually go through the ringer with a true kit review for INEFFA. All right, so like we said earlier, INEFFA is an Electro support character who provides protective shields for her teammates and allows them to trigger lunar charged reactions. I'm pretty sure lunar charged is just another name for Electro. I'm curious to see how it comes up on field, though. I see Kokomi in there. I do. Also, recently, I don't know where there's like a new revived Kokomi slander going around. I don't know where this came from. Just the other day, I was like chilling and just somebody was saying like that Kokomi doesn't heal. You don't know. You need to build your Kokomi better. Put some respect on her name. Anyways, I just thought of that. That was like out of nowhere. When INEFFA is in the party, when a party member triggers a hydro-electro reaction, specifically, it will be converted into the lunar charged reaction. Okay, so lunar charged is electro and hydro together. Okay, that's like a more specific thing, which makes sense. Again, I mentioned this in a lot of the reaction stuff for 5.8, that the moon is like the moon is really relevant to like ice and water, so hydro and cryo. So the fact that that is specifically water, ice is just like adjacent to that, but hydro, that makes sense that it would be lunar charged, right? but a thundercloud will be created. Well, the thundercloud is active. I don't really see. Oh, there's the thundercloud. It's just on field like that. It's just there. I don't know if that's something that like is specific to INEFFA or other characters from Nodecry will have that. I hope we have some really gimmicky characters. I think that'll be fun. I love a good gimmick. Also, I am gonna go down here so we can all see the little animation better. We need, yeah, we already went over that. While the thundercloud is active, when enemies are affected by Hydro and Electro, the thundercloud will release bursts of lightning at them, dealing electro damage. Her elemental skill then, when INEFFA uses her elemental skill, she creates a shield and summons the multi-purpose smart assistance unit Brigitte to perform coordinated attacks against enemies. I do think, I've heard the name Brigitte before and I want to say it's a mythology reference, but also I'm pretty sure it's an Overwatch reference. Like not a reference to Overwatch, but Overwatch uses the same reference. There is a game that does use the same mythology reference, possible mythology reference in it. But yeah, you'll perform coordinated attacks against enemies. And then her burst, so her ultimate. When INEFFA uses her ult, she unleashes a rocket punch that deals AoE electro damage and summons the multi-purpose smart assistance unit Brigitte to perform coordinated attacks against enemies. Brigitte is already present. INEFFA's elemental burst will refresh her duration on the field, so it restarts. There she is! I think she's fun. Also, like, air bands. She's powering down. That's her idle animation. Wait, she's so fun. Guys, she's so fun. Y'all. And her hair is really cute. I never noticed her hair buns. How long will she stay idle like that? Oh, she's back on. I do even like how she like moves differently. Like how she's animated breathing is a little bit different. I'm surprised it took us this long to get some sort of like android automaton character though, especially considering in, what was it? Fontaine, we... turns into a vacuum! But especially considering how in Fontaine we, had robots. She does make noises, okay? She makes robot noises. And then there's her pole arm. Her pole arm animation is really cool. It's very, cause how she like turns it, it's very, again, mechanical, which makes a lot of sense for her, obviously. And so she doesn't do a straight like shot when you do a charge attack. It is like just this like, with the vacuum. Oh my God. So if you have her, I'm assuming that's something you can only do with her best in slot. Is this with the with the vacuum arm, but I'm curious if you, I need to see that in slow-mo because I'm like, how does that go? I'm like curious how they animated the pole arm disappearing and it turning into like the vacuum arm. That's sick. All right, so that's her shield then. There's Brigitte. Oh my God, that's the Roomba. Does it actually? I don't think it's floating a little bit. I don't think it's directly on the, yeah, it is floating a little bit, but still it's just like operating like Roomba. That's so funny. And her shield is really cool as well. All right, I'm kind of already sold, which might be a problem. I kind of love her. And also, again, the tried and true bit that the character released before the new area tends to be really good, but there's certain characters I really want in Nodecry, and I don't know if I want to risk it. But also, I think I need to win a 50-50, so it might be fine to just throw some polls, whatever I have, because I don't have a ton of polls either. We'll build some pity, you know? Oh, I want to do this tryout with her specifically. So Lunar Charged is italic. There's her ult. So Lunar Charged is in italics, and it kind of is like white, and it has like, it's white and purple gradient. So I'm assuming we might have some more of those, some fun new interactions, which it's, you know, it's been so long since we got like new interactions with elements in game. The most recent one being Dendro. So I think it's really cool that we're getting something new finally. It feels like they kind of took a page out of the handbook for Zenless Zone Zero and reviving that game, because there was a lot of people who didn't really love that game when it released because of the mechanics, and they went in and changed what wasn't working, and it seems like Genshin is kind of doing a little bit of that to a certain degree. Also, I am just getting some Hydro in here because I want to see more of that Lunar Charged. Yeah, that's really cool. I was curious if it would have a different animation, and it does. That's really cool. I really like INEFFA, but also I'm like, she has a new mechanic and I want the new mechanic, but also that means a boss I have to beat that I haven't gotten to yet, but also we'll probably have more new elemental reactions with the Nodecry characters, even if it's just more of the Lunar Charged. And I need to like remember that so I don't get ahead of myself, you know? Let me get my primos. Yes, I am skipping the 4 stars. I don't want to do them right now. So we have all of this here. I have 19 Genesis crystals. All right, what do we want to check out? Pay to play. We want to check out the pay to play section, which means we must go to the wish screen. I'm not gonna pick anything on epitomized path because I don't want the game to know I'm desperate. Like, see, I only have 750 here, and I can't get anything out of the shop either. Because also I know my official is maxed, but my Xingqiu might be maxed as well. But we are gonna do really quickly here. Can we not check this here? I gotta go to the character guide. Why is it different in every single gacha game? Character archive, INEFFA. We're not gonna look at how many characters I don't have over here. We're just not gonna talk about it. All right. Details. So this is the pay to play section. Everything we go over here is paid copies of the characters. Everything we just went over, we just tried her out at C0. From here, you have to spend more money as you go, spend responsibly, all that jazz. And we're gonna rate them. We're gonna review her extra copies and see if they're worth it. She is a support character, and in general, I think support characters are a lot more free-to-play friendly, even if they are a 5-star, because generally, a support character is built to work well at C0. However, HoYoverse has a history of taking constellations or eidolons or whatever it may be, and changing the character's kit entirely with those constellations. So right now she's a support. These constellations might turn her into a sub DPS, and so we're gonna take a look at that, because then obviously if you don't want to run her as a sub DPS, you don't need the copy. You know, it's kind of like how for a very long time Bennett C6 was like a death sentence. Like, you're bricking your account if you C6 your Bennett. Like, that was a general standard in the Genshin community for a very long time, and some people still think that. I C6'd my Bennett like a couple months after I got it because I was just tired of looking at the thing. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm C6ing him, forget it. Anyways, we also have our first Nodecry vision, specifically, even though she doesn't have a vision. I know we have the frame, and it has a little moon on it, which is really cool. All right, let's take a look at this. So C1 or 2 copies of INEFFA is called Rectifying Processor. And with this one, when INEFFA activates her optical flow shield barrier, all nearby party members will gain the carrier flow composite effect for 20 seconds. Increases lunar charge damage by 2.5% for every 100 attack that INEFFA has, up to a max of 50%. That's a lot of attack. So she scales on attack. You really want to get her running attack stuff, and I think her polearm crit, so that would make enough sense. Part of me wants to pull for her just to see how the polearm works, because I'm not gonna pull for her polearm, but I just want to see I want to see what happens if you put a normal polearm on her. But I also have so many polearm characters and not enough polearms at this point. We have too many polearm characters. Anyways, C2 or 3 copies of INEFFA is called Support Cleaning Module. This is a doozy. This one's a little essay here. Usually that means it's a bit rocket science-y, as I'll call it, where it's a lot of it's passive, but it seems harder than it looks. Like, a lot of this will be just happening in the background and you won't even notice. Her C1 is, I don't think you need it, quite frankly. C2 is probably what you're pulling for. It having all this information, that's probably what you're going for. So C2, after the elemental burst, her ultimate essentially hits opponents, it will inflict the punishment edict status on one of those hit opponents. After a brief delay, or when this opponent is defeated, nearby opponents will take AoE electro damage equal to 300% of INEFFA's attack. So it's her attack times 3. This damage is considered lunar charge damage, and additionally, when the elemental burst Supreme Instruction Cyclonic Exterminator, that's the same thing. It's the same thing. When you ult, nearby party members will gain optical flow shield barriers. So that's more of a co-op thing specifically. Co-op, or that one quest where you got Dane on your team. Yeah, I think if you're in co-op, I think this would probably be a good one to have, C2. But I do think it's like, if you want extra copies, C2 is probably where you'll stop. My general recommendation for character kits and copies is during their first patch, only pull 1 copy. Don't get any extras, because a couple months from now you might hate the character and their kit and they might not be relevant to the meta anymore. Genshin meta doesn't change as much as other HoYoverse games, I will say that. Like, the worst offender is always going to be Star Rail. But general consensus, don't pull any extra copies during the patch. Wait until their rerun and then see if you still want that character. Sometimes Genshin doesn't rerun characters for months though, so there is that. The Shenhe incident, if you will. So I don't know, but also because we are going into Nodecry, I think I would err on the side of caution here and just don't go crazy with your pulse. So while her C2 is good, for whales, I think I would recommend stopping here, like not going all the way right now, because you're gonna regret that in Nodecry. It's rough out there right now. Spend responsibly, all that jazz. But yeah, I do think her C2 is good enough though. C3 then is a nothing burger means to an end of a constellation called Enhanced Emotion Emulator. and this increases the level of cleaning mode carrier frequency by 3 with a maximum level of 15. So cleaning mode is her skill. Yeah, that's the shield. Okay, so yeah, this just increases that level by 3. It's good, it's fine, especially because if you're using her as a support, that's fine. At least they're not turning her into a DPS. Yeah, it's C4 then is called the Edictless Path. This is 5 copies of INEFFA, and when your own party members trigger lunar charged reactions, you recover 5 elemental energy, and this can occur once every 4 seconds. Again, this feels a little bit like a nothing burger. Like, it feels a little bit like a nothing burger, but in practice, if it's like every 4 seconds, that might actually be kind of good. But you do have to be really heavy-handed on the lunar charged reaction, so I don't think this is actually, like, I don't think this is, like, gonna go crazy right now. However, a couple patches from now, when we have more HoYoCreators characters that have something to do with lunar charged reactions, this might go crazy. So do I recommend getting it on your account right now? No. I'd wait. C5 then, Mirror's Dream Transcension. This is 6 copies of INEFFA, and this increases the level of Supreme Instruction Cyclonic Exterminator, so her ultimate, by 3 with a max level of 15. Very similar to C3. It's a means to an end, nothing burger, you don't need it. But it's getting you to C6, called A Dawning Morn for You, which is 7 copies of INEFFA. And with this one, when INEFFA is affected by the Carrier Flow Composite effect, I believe that's part of her ultimate. Not her ultimate, her skill, her shield. She will deal AoE electro damage equal to 135% of her attack to opponents in the current active character's vicinity after nearby thunderclouds release bursts of lightning at opponents. Okay? This damage is considered lunar charge damage, and the aforementioned effect can trigger once every 3.5 seconds. I don't think you need her constellations, quite frankly. Like, I would probably end at this C2. I feel like this feels like a decent place to stop, especially if you're planning on using her in co-op, etc. I do think her C2 is fine if you're wanting to get extra copies, but also I don't know if I'd recommend getting extra copies right now at all, just because we are going into HoYoCreators. If the character is important to the meta, they will be rerun, I would assume, but they're not a DPS. It's not going to make or break your account if you don't get INEFFA right now. If you don't want to pull, or you're like saving a 50-50 win or something, I'd recommend not pulling for INEFFA, quite frankly. I know I went on the whole thing about how I clicked the wrong box. The whole thing about how if you, like, the character before then the upcoming pack tends to be like a support that comes in handy later on. So I would probably recommend pulling later on. I think I'm going to do a couple of pulls. I just want to see where my pity is at because I haven't really been pulling. Like, I didn't log in at all in July, I think. Oh, I'm real close. 51 pity right now. You could throw down a couple. Why not? Also, yeah, they did put in the price thing here. They added that to this one. All the games got it now. All right. 52? 52. Let's see if we can get something, because we got a Sethos copy. All right. I'll take it. We take those. Nope, I was gonna say C3. What the heck? My Sethos is probably at C3 now. This is 53. Okay. I think I'm just gonna use what I have in my account right now, and then we'll end there. 54. 54. Because I did like her kit. I do like it. I like Electro and Hydro React. I like using Electro characters. I like using Hydro characters. I like using Cryo characters. And I feel like that these all kind of go. Cryo is not a part of this, but also by association. 54? Is this 54 or 55? I cannot tell you. It's not the one, though. We're going to say that was 54. So then this one would be 55. And it's another purple. Okay. It's another Sethos, actually. Interesting. I can grab one of you, though, so we can go to 56. And it's still blue. It is what it is. I'm not, like, gonna, like, go crazy if I don't get INEFFA, so like I'm fine not getting her, quite frankly, but we might as well do some pulls while we're here. I think that's gonna be it, though. I do need to actually play the game more. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about this. You can really tell where I like fell off, you know? It's like right here. But we will pull up INEFFA on the screen. I hired this robot to stare at you. That's the end of the video. Nothing crazy, not crazy. We kind of just went through the one character, but that is 5.8 as well. So I do want to do 5.8 videos, but I've said this before. My schedule is like, I have videos planned out, like recorded, not just planned out, but videos recorded out until like the end of October. So, the summer event is going to be happening in November now, which is unfortunate, but it's just how my schedule got backed up. Because I've been doing a lot more like timely content, so like reactions and like patch videos and stuff like that. So when we get to here's this other content I had pre-recorded, that keeps getting pushed further and further down the line because I am uploading other stuff. So I either need to stop doing timely content, which I wouldn't be opposed to, quite frankly. I've been thinking about it, but also like sometimes timely content is actually fun. It's a whole thing I have to like figure out, but that's where we're at. So the summer event is gonna have to have its own stuff, but it is a permanent area now. The event itself is not permanent, but the area I think is, which is a little too late, HoYoverse, because I want Golden Apple back. I loved exploring Golden Apple Archipelago. Quite frankly, I miss her. And I was even saying that I wish that our final summer event had us going to Golden Apple. But it makes sense that it's in Natlan because give the Natlan cast their flowers too. I don't know. It's a whole thing. I love the vacuum arm though. I really do. She's just goofy. She's goofy and cute and I love her. That's how I feel about INEFFA. Do I think we need her right now? No, but she's probably going to be really important to the meta, like 2 or 3 patches down the line. Like sometime in the next 6 months, everyone's going to be like, you should have pulled for INEFFA. And that's going to be a whole thing. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you like this video, make sure to give me a like down below as well as subscribe for more and click the little notification bell to be notified when I upload new ones. How did we do with our INEFFA polls? Let me know in the comments down below. Did you get her? Did you skip her? Did you pull for Sitlali instead? How'd your Sitlali polls go? How are we doing with polls today? Let me know in the comments down below. But as always, I hope everyone had or is having a super lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys!